Welcome to University Malaysia Terengganu. Research knowledge or findings should not only be shared with the public through scientific writing reports but also be applied for community benefit, especially if the research done is a people-centric or community-based type of research. At University Malaysia Terengganu, the application of significant research results to the local community has been made possible via the translational project secured by UMT academicians. Translational projects are special funded research projects aimed to directly impact the local community. Since 2017, University Malaysia Terengganu has successfully secured 22 translational projects worth nearly ringgit Malaysia 11.4 million, with 16 of them completed in the year 2020. The video of Festival of Ideas, which we are going to share with you, will present 3 translational projects undertaken by University Malaysia Terengganu. The first project, the Horseshoe Crab, led by Professor Dr. Nur Aznawati Ismail. The second project is the Sea Horse, led by Professor Dr. Muhammad Effendi Abdul Wahid, and the third project is the Stingless Bees, led by Professor Dr. Samsul Bahari Abdul Razak.
Good day to everyone. I am Professor Dr. Nur Aznawati Ismail from Institute of Marine Biotechnology UMT, and I am also the head of the Horseshoe Crab Research Group, or known as ACRD UMT. The member of Horseshoe Crab comes from various research fields in UMT who is doing a project relating to the Horseshoe Crab in UMT. We have 3 subgroups from the team, namely Biotechnology Group, who work slowly on the blood of the horseshoe crab. The second one, Ecology and Conservation Group, that to make sure the animals sustain with many activity involved in the community as well as the school children. And the third one, Feed Technology, who involved in the formulation of the food for the horseshoe crab sustainability project. So in this pool, we have only 4 species of the horseshoe crab, whereby 3 of the species can be found in Malaysia. From this study conducted by our team, we have discovered that the decreasing of the population of the horseshoe crab tremendously in the area of the world. So many threats that we have reported so far, including the over-exploitation of the local and export, especially for the delicacy. UMT community-based horseshoe crab sustainability project is one of the translational research projects that be funded by Ministry of Higher Education by year 2017-2020. This project was managed by the Horseshoe Crab Research Group, or ACRG UMT, with 3 major groups that I have mentioned earlier. So this project is actually involving the local horseshoe crab or coastal horseshoe crab known as Tachypleus gigas. And the feed technology involved with the formulation of the food so that this animal can be ready less than the year that they're supposed to be ready, involving 7 to 9 years of the maturity processes. So the high quality of the horseshoe crab blood will be analyzed, and the production of tauqid with the using of the horseshoe crab blood will be used by our group, and inshallah will be commercialized soon. The project also involve and provide the facilities for the blood extraction for the commercialization of the endotoxin detection kit that will be developed and soon commercialized. Through this project, the local community will economically benefit by supplying the horseshoe crab for the hatchery, and new livelihood opportunity can be supplemented, and the income of the community will be all year long increased.
Seahorses, which is categorized as a marine fish species, are a unique life with high value and are being hunted by humans that has increasingly threatened them with extinction. Seahorse has been classified as vulnerable by IUCN and CITES Appendix 2. There are a total of 54 species have been identified in this world, and a total of 9 to 11 species can be found in Malaysia. A study also found that there are 6 species of seahorses that have a traditional Chinese medicine potential, and our country acquires 3 to 4 of these species. Seahorse is a unique marine fish species which swimming in vertical position in the slowest mode in the ocean. However, it is also one of the fastest food predators. Their reproduction rate are very low, less than 1%, and this is partly due to the fact that they are monogamous and the male becomes pregnant and gives birth. The value and demand of seahorses in the market is very high due to high various purposes, especially traditional Chinese medicine. An estimated of 20 million seahorses are traded yearly in illegal markets involving more than 80 countries. At this moment, researchers indicate more than 60 to 70% seahorses are harvested from their habitat for various purposes. Other than that, habitat degradation by human activities are also one of the main factors. The program is driven by the 5 main thrusts of the project. It works for the main scope of the cluster, identifying key thrust areas that are detailed through the project's 17 touch points. 8 expert panels from various fields are appointed to enhance and monitor the program. A dedicated seahorse nursery facilities has been developed at the Tropical Aquaculture Institute, UMT. 6 program modules have been designed and developed for project purposes. The project has developed and trained a total of 20 student entrepreneurs, which are alumni of UMT, who are unemployed for the purpose of developing seahorse breeding modules.
As a person that directly involved in this project, the input that we obtain can be classified into 2 types, which is management and technical.
And a total of 100 communities from 10 villages in 2 districts from Besut and Setiu have also selected and undergone the knowledge transfer program. The program gave a direct impact on the total of 504 households from a socio-economics of B40 throughout the program, in addition to knowledge transfer related to unique biodiversity resources and the importance of marine resources.
Sekarang ni sebulan dapat RM500 untuk upah jaga. Tapi kita dah rapat tu daripada awal, kata bermulanya khusus, alhamdulillah UMT ni terbaik.
The Seahorse Project has pioneered breeders of 3 to 4 local seahorse species that are becoming extinct for the purpose of conservation and development of the species. Now, the installation program is being developed specifically for the unique species of Hippocampus spinosismus, Hippocampus trimaculetus, and Hippocampus Kuda. Cultivation and master assembly program has also reached F1 and F2 production level for 2 species. The main challenge is that seahorses are monogamous living. The DNA research process is also being carried out by one of the project expert panel. The project has also succeeded in identifying seahorse habitat in Terengganu waters, which has previously said to be extinct. The installation and development process in collaboration with the community and the private sector is also being planned. One of the key aspects is the seahorse diet. The project has developed a microalgae breeding module, zooplankton, and even for adult alchemia. The Seahorse Project has raised awareness to the area's fishing community. During the program period, more than 36 seahorses from 2 species were successfully rescued and treated as a result of the submission of seahorses caught in fishing nets. The project has also received some potential cooperation from interested private sectors and banks for the purpose of sponsoring conservation and edutourism centers for tourism purposes. The project is currently designing training opportunities for the aquaculture industry and interested communities through a developed courses through Centrac. The program is also currently in the process of making Centrac as the main reference center for seahorse in Malaysia in terms of technical aspects, conservation, and even the potential of the medical industry and aquarium industry to supply the market demand.
Stingless bee is a group of bee without sting, which make them a bit different from honeybee. This beneficial insect can only be found in the tropical region of the world, such as Southeast Asia, Brazil, Africa, India, and Australia. In Malaysia, stingless bee is popularly known as Kelulut. There are approximately 600 species of stingless bee around the world, out of which Malaysia has 48 species in both Peninsular Malaysia, Sabah and Sarawak. The greatest contribution of bee and Kelulut is their role as an efficient pollination agent to food crops. 70% of food crops in the world are pollinated by bee. This shows how important Kelulut is in sustaining our natural environment and human well-being. Kelulut produce good quality honey, and they stored their honey in their nest as their main source of energy. Kelulut honey has a very distinctive sweet and sour taste. Also contains many bioactive compounds that is good for our health. Kelulut also stored bee bread, which is fermented pollen that are collected from many flowers and they stored in their nest as their source of protein. Apart from honey and bee bread, propolis is also another important substance produced by Kelulut. Kelulut collected plant resin and turned the resin into propolis that make up almost 90% of their nest architecture. University Malaysia Terengganu is actively involved in stingless bee research and spearheading this research frontier by establishing a special interest group for apis and meliponin in 2017. This focus group now has 20 researchers from various backgrounds and research interests related to stingless bee to fill in many knowledge gaps. Together with Terengganu State Government, UMT has established Makmal Kualiti Madu Pantai Timur situated in UMT to help stingless beekeeper in honey authentication and maintaining honey quality. University Malaysia Terengganu, as part of its social responsibility towards local communities, has conducted many knowledge and technology transfer programs in stingless beekeeping. Single mothers, asnaf, fishermen and farmers have benefited from UMT Stingless Bee Translational Research Program, which has proven to improve their socio-economic well-being and also their income.